back to What Should I Eat Wednesdays. Jana here, holistic nutritionist and training coach at Studio 55. And we're gonna make some paleo style muffins today. It's called the Bouchon. It's made with almond flour and pumpkin. I've already prepared the dry ingredients. The base is Bob's Red Mill almond flour. You can find this at even your local Safeways. It doesn't have to be in a fancy grocery store. So I have cinnamon. I like lots of cinnamon, so I didn't hold back at all. We also have cloves, nutmeg. I put the baking soda in already, which is a half teaspoon on 2 cups of almond flour. Cinnamon, honestly, just go nuts. Use 2 teaspoons as kind of a guideline. If you like more cinnamon, you can add more. And then just a dash of cloves and nutmeg. If you like ginger as well, you can absolutely add that. And then just a dash of sea salt. And those are the dry ingredients. And we have our wet ingredients prepared. 2 eggs. We've got a cup of organic pumpkin puree, and you can also use organic butternut squash puree. You can find it at Whole Foods, and it is just as good. It's honestly just a different flavor, but it's really delicious and same consistency. And then we also have some Manuka honey, which for those who don't know, has a really high antibiotic property. So Manuka honey is probably the most healthy honey that you can get. It's got a really unique, interesting flavor. So these are our wet ingredients, and in a combination with our dry ingredients, it's really that simple. All we do is just throw it all together, and that's what we'll do now. I'm just gonna beat up my eggs. Beat it up. I'm very good at beating things up, clearly. You can also use a whisk for this. I'm just kind of using the bare basics just to keep this really simple. For those out there who are wanting an easy recipe and don't want to fuss too much, this is for you. Yeah, there goes all that delicious pumpkin. Beautiful orange color. Leave no man behind. Don't waste food, people. Scrape it out. Especially when it comes to this Manuka honey, because it ain't cheap either. There we go. Nice. This would be a good time to tell a joke, but I don't have one. I know no jokes. My life is a joke. Ha! Okay. The dry ingredients. Nice. And then it's honestly the glamorous process of folding and mixing. These muffins are so moist. The texture is so good. It's one of those things where you have to kind of stop yourself from eating it really hot out of the oven, because not only will you scald your mouth, but honestly the flavors, let it cool, because the flavors have just this beautiful chance to set, and it'll be that much better. But I know it's hard because they smell good and they look good and they come out just mouth-watering. Okay, get yourself a nice kind of spatula that's flexible but rigid enough that you can really scrape and fold. Making this process as ergonomic as possible. There we go. That's exactly the texture and consistency that you guys want to see when you're making this at home. And do not be afraid to test your batter, because you always will know if you want to add a little bit of vanilla, if you want some more cinnamon, whatever is just right for you. So don't be afraid. So you guys can either grease your muffin tins with a bit of coconut oil, a little bit of organic butter, whatever you have around, or use muffin cups. That's what we're going to use. So I'm just going to fill these up. And they won't rise too much, so what they'll actually do instead is puff a little bit, and then they'll get nice and golden brown on the top. So I like to really kind of fill the muffin cups and kind of sculpt the top of it. You can also add a little bit of, you know, like hemp seeds sprinkled on top, or some hazelnuts will actually look really nice, or even some almonds. So these are now full, and I'm gonna stick it in the oven. I have preheated the oven to 350, which is what you'll wanna do before. And now they're going in for 35 minutes. Just on the middle rack. And make sure you set a timer, because if you feel like multitasking and you forget about those bad boys, they will be crispy and completely inedible, and that is not good for the effort that we just put in, which was not very much, but still, don't burn your baked goods. So the Bouchons are done, and they smell fan-freaking-tastic. Oh yeah. so this is kind of what you want to see, some of that browning on top. It looks like they can even stand to go in for like a couple more minutes. It's usually between 30 and 35 minutes you want to cook them. So if you like them a little bit more brown on top, definitely don't be afraid to put them in for another 2 or 3 minutes, but don't forget to set your timer. So I'm going to leave these the way they are. I am satisfied, and there you go, Paleo Bouchons. What should I eat Wednesdays? I hope you got some great ideas that inspired you to do some of this at home. Quick and easy stuff, that's what I'm all about, and good fuel for fitness so that we can eat clean, train lean, and stay lean.